Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're starting a new chapter, chapter 14 of the book of Revelation. I hope and trust that what we've been reading and studying is a blessing to you. I couldn't help but think this morning of Revelations chapter 1, verse 3. In the introduction to the book, where the Apostle John wrote, "Blessed is he who reads, and those who hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written in it, for the time is near." Oh, there is a blessing, a special blessing for both reading and hearing the words of this prophecy, the words of this book. And that's what we've been doing. And so there's something inside this book that God has promised in a special way for us as we read it, as we study it, as we listen to it, as we meditate on it, as we think about it, as we attempt by the grace of God and through the Holy Spirit of God to understand the meaning of these symbols and these prophecies. Now, best we understand as we've looked at this book so far, we have gone through the first 3.5 years of the tribulation. Beginning in chapter 10, we're in the middle of the tribulation, all the way here through chapter 14, where we are right now. And this is like an interlude. This is like, okay, here's what's happened before in a little more detail, and here's what's going to happen in the last 3.5 years, and just preparing us for this. And so you can't really sometimes get a full chronological order out of this, but for sure, what's important is what is written here does literally take place and is for us today to make application to our lives. So I hope you've been blessed and been encouraged that God is in charge. He has the final word, and in the end, he wins for sure, and the devil and his crowd loses. Oh, read the book of Psalms over and over like I have all these years, and I can tell you, my friend, the liars shall be stopped. And the Antichrist and the devil are the top liars ever. But they have their minions, they have their people out there, they have their angels of light who are also lying, and they will one day be stopped. You sometimes think, how in the world can all these politicians and media people and liberals and whoever else, how can they get by with their lying? Well, they're not going to get by with it, and all liars shall be stopped. They can't talk without lying because they are of their father, the devil, who is a liar from the beginning. And my friend, I just want you to be encouraged as we read this book. Now, I want to go ahead and read the first 5 verses of Revelation 14. So we're going to read these verses, and then we're going to make some applications and understanding of what they're talking about. And so Revelation 14, "Then I looked, and behold, a Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps, and they sang, as it were a new song before the throne, before the 4 living creatures and the elders. And no one could learn that song except 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. These are the ones who were not defiled with women, for they were virgins. These are the ones who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being firstfruits to God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no deceit, for they are without fault before the throne of God." Now, this is interesting because here the 144,000 show up again, and we'll be talking more about them tomorrow. But one of the things that ties the next few chapters together as a theme is the word that's expressed by the word voice. Voice. This word voice is used some 11 times. Notice even in verse 2, it's used 3 times. A voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, like the voice of a loud thunder. God is speaking to his people, or he's speaking to a lost world, or to his creatures as they speak out in praise of the Lord or in warning to the world. And as the world begins to move into the last half of the tribulation, heaven is not silent. God, in the very beginning, he spoke. That's how Genesis 1 begins, and he continues to speak to the end because he is the living Word. Well, God bless you. Be encouraged today and be blessed as you study this book with us. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.